All right, I think we're good. We're recording. Anytime you're ready, Scott. I don't see Joe yet, but I don't know if he's coming on tonight or not. He went to get a hat and he just disappeared. All right, so that's cool. Hey, Leon's getting on. How many people went to the Christmas party? I wasn't able to go. I was still on COVID lockdown till midnight that night. How was it?
We were there. It was great.
Awesome. I heard there were supposed to be like 85 people there.
There was quite a few.
Good. Good. I'm glad.
All right. So I heard the banter about my mustache while I was gone, and my wife was laughing because she was listening too, but I muted it. She said some comments. I didn't quite catch what they were.
We love it. We love it.
Thank you. What'd you say about my mustache? What'd you say though? You said something.
I said I'd be scared too, but I forgot what I said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Driving around in the sports car with your shorty shorts on.
Oh yeah.
There was a Magnum PI reference made. That was Gabe. Gabe made a Magnum PI reference. We were talking about flowered shirts and short shorts driving around in an old used Ferrari.
All right. Yeah. I wish. There you go. So
but you had to sell the RV for it.
That's right. Yep. So since this is a FFREIA call, I'd get my FFREIA swag on. I don't usually wear a hat, but I'll wear this one today.
Oh, that's nice. I like it.
Shirt on too. Yeah, so I had to go change quick. I had to go change my hat, so I forgot it.
Beauteous.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yep, I just joined the call and I thought I was in the wrong spot. Somebody's got a mustache and somebody's got a beard and a mustache, and that's a lot different than what I'm used to seeing on those folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So different looking. I can't tell on Zoom whether it's better or not. I have to assume it's better though, because otherwise you guys wouldn't have done it.
Right.
Where's your partner in crime? Is he not coming tonight?
He's not coming tonight. No, we had prior engagement. He was really bummed because he knew we were going to talk about goals tonight. So
oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's bummed about that. I should ask him what his goals were, and then I could have brought it up. So okay, first meeting, we're gonna have to ask him what his goals are for 2022. So yeah. But
well, since he's the champion, he's already working in March, right? That's where he's actually at right now. So
he really is. Yep. He's working into March right now. So, but yeah. No, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming. I'll get this started, and thank you everybody for coming. I know that, we're about a week from Christmas. A lot of people got some busy things going on, holiday parties and everything to go to. So appreciate you coming on. I'm not going to cover the disclaimer because you all saw it before you decided to join this meeting. And we're just here to offer help. That's it. No real legal advice or financial advice, anything like that. We're just here to offer help and help each other. And that's it. Rising tide rises all ships. And we believe that. And FFREIA's, that's been kind of our stance forever. And that's because of FFREIA and everything that all the people I've met through FFREIA is, why I'm at where I'm at right now. So I feel very blessed and fortunate to be where I'm at right now. But what we do, well, I'm Scott Spear. I help run the alternatives meeting. Andy McQuaid is the Freedom First REIA guy. That's what his name is. Oh, we have two of you on. So Andy McQuaid's been playing a big part in getting us more technical and helping to run the show. And then we have, of course, Leon and Joe McGuire, the president and vice president. Joe was on. There he is. So of the group. And what I like to do, maybe we can change it up a little bit and let Joe and Leon say a few words. And then what we'll do is we'll go around. Well, it looks like we have a couple new people on, and that's great. Let the new people introduce themselves. But first we'll kick it off, and Leon or Joe, if either one of you wants to go first and talk a little bit about FFREIA and what you're up to. Joe's muted. You're muted, Joe.
You're right. I said I would have to defer to Leon was what I had said. So we're going to be in the same place.
Okay. All righty. Leon, go right ahead. We'll let you do a little intro on FFREIA and talk about what's going on in the market, if you feel like it.
Okay, so certainly I can do that. One of the key things that I want to do is first of all, say thank you to all of the people who are subgroup leaders like Mr. Scott Spear, and also the big guy from 1855 Joe Buys, Mr. Joe LaBarbera. This past week, we were lucky enough to be able to have our holiday party. It was right around 80 people. It was, I think, outstanding because we had a lot of people who were very giving of their time. We had so many raffles. It was like unbelievable. And so the raffles that we had at least 25 raffles, going from $800 down to $50, and it was just really super. Unfortunately, because of COVID and it's close to the holidays and other things that's going on, a lot of people weren't able to be there. But it's one of those events that I use as part of my value proposition to get people to actually join and become part of Freedom First. Between the holiday party and the picnic, come to both of those things or one of them, and you will have paid for your membership. And I won't go through all the details. If you want that, you can talk to me about it later. But I really think that things are going great. Clearly, everybody has been impacted, associated with the virus, and particularly, listening to the news right before I got on this call, it's going to be really challenging to work our way through it. But if it wasn't that, it would be something else. I mean, it's just the way life is. And I really think that everyone should take a look at setting their goals. Don't aim low. Don't aim for the middle. Aim high. And by the same token, you don't want to sort of put down something that's not going to be an item that you can really meet or achieve. So, but it makes a big difference. And I don't know, maybe Scott will get into it a little bit later, but it's better to sort of break it down so that you can sort of keep a little checklist of where you are and how you're doing. Because otherwise you get to the end of the year and you say, oh my goodness, I didn't do any of those things. And if you would have had the checklist, that checklist would have kept you sort of on mark, one, and two, allowed you to recognize, I need to make some changes and modification here to come anywhere close to being successful. So it's one of those things that taken lightly, and being one of those old school guys. I come from a background where there was always goals, always objectives, and you just have to have them, because if you don't, it really impacts your ability to be successful. So for the new folks, this is the group that you really want to be engaged in if you really are looking to be successful as a real estate investor. Now, obviously, I'm the president of the group, so you would expect me to say that. Most of the folks that's on this call have been successful as real estate investors, and a lot of them, all they've ever done was to be Freedom First members and interact with folks and take a class here or there, and then just learn from sharing the information, learn from seeing what others have done that made them successful. Scott Spear's a good example. Certainly Joe LaBarbera, who's not on the call tonight, is a good example. And so I'm going to give it back over to Scott now so that I won't continue talking and but I'd be happy to address any questions that people have.
All right, thanks, Leon. Appreciate that. What I'd like to do, typically we have just the new people introduce themselves, but we're kind of a small group tonight. So what I want to do is have everybody introduce themselves, but kind of keep it like maybe to a minute. Your name, where you're at in real estate, and where you'd like to be in real estate. If you're currently working 9 to 5, certainly tell us about that. And then what we're going to do is I'll come back. We'll do have needs, wants. We'll do that afterwards. If you have something you're looking for, or a contractor, or something you're looking to sell, or something you're looking to buy, we'll bring it up at that time. And then what I want to do, if possible, is break into smaller groups of, let's say, 3 people each, 3 people in each group. What I want to do is, I hope everybody's comfortable with this. I want everybody to kind of like bring up a goal you'd like to hit in 2022, whether it's a financial goal, a real estate goal, a health goal, or a life goal. Just something you'd like to accomplish in 2022. You don't have to share a ton of information, but I'd like everybody just to break into smaller rooms and then just talk about it. Take like 2 minutes each, 2 to 3 minutes each, and just talk about what you'd like to accomplish. So, and from that, there might be some real synergy where people can build together, the 3 people that break into a room. Then what we'll do is we'll come back here. If anybody'd like to share their goals with the group, which I hope everybody does, because I find that if you speak your goals out loud and other people hear them, like I was saying last night, you kind of speak it to the universe and it hears it. I think it makes a big impression. And these are being recorded now too. So you can go back and look and watch and see what your goal was. So I will tell mine, but so real quick about me. My name is Scott Spear, been investing in real estate for probably about 15, 20 years now. Got real serious about it 15 years ago. Built up a decent portfolio in Rochester, recently sold it all, and now I invest in self-storage. My wife and I live in an RV full time. And right now we happen to be just south of Dallas, Texas. And that's me. So go ahead. We'll go, Andy, if you don't mind. You want to go next?
Sure. I'm Andy McQuaid. I have been a FFREIA member since I think 2008 or 2009. In other jobs, and I was working a W-2. Now I help property management companies, usually larger businesses, a little more established, several hundred units, if not several thousand, make more money on the properties they've got just by helping them cut some expenses and streamline some stuff and replace some goodies and all that. So the one I was working on and I was talking about before the call started in Webster, just one line item that's going to cost them $100,000 to do. I found them $59,000 a year in savings. So they spend $100,000 and they make $60,000 back year 1. Year 2, they're in the black. So that's what I do.
Thank you, Andy. And as people are talking, write down notes too, because there's a lot of networking that goes on in this group, especially in alternatives group. I would say in 2021, there probably was $3 million of real estate that was transacted in the FFREIA group that never even hit the market. So this is a place to network. So thank you, Andy. I'm going to call.
So let me just interject if I could, Scott.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Seeing that Andy decided to speak next, or you decided he should speak next. One of the things that we're engaged in doing is trying to automate Freedom First, to do some things so that we increase the longevity of the organization, because as most people know, Susan is no longer a member and she basically retired. So Joe is not too far from that and I'm ahead of him. So one of the things that happened is that we looked at what is it that we can do to maximize our probability of being able to have Freedom First be here and live and well when we're all gone on to glory. And so what we did was we engaged Andy McQuaid. He's done an unbelievable job. He's not like an official subgroup leader. And I mean, one of the things that I have to do, and one of the things I should do, is I should recognize people who help us. If I don't do that, then I'm really not doing my job at all. So Andy's done a lot of things to help us. He's our technical subgroup leader, and he every day comes up with a new way of us doing things better. Thanks, Andy. Back to you, Scott.
Thanks, Leon. I appreciate that. Yeah, Andy's job's a lot harder than mine. I just show up twice a month and help with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna call out people's names as I see them on the screen, and I hope that you're willing to introduce yourself. So I'm gonna go to Edie. Go ahead, Edie.
Both my husband and I are realtors. I've been selling real estate for over 30 years. That's been our main focus of investment is real estate properties. And we're just starting to get into the fix and flip kind of thing. We're holding on to the ones that we had originally when we first were buying mine. We're looking for more information on, like, where can we go get a kitchen, or where can we, other than Home Depot, kind of thing. Anybody that has like the not so well-known things.
Yeah, we've done several income properties we've fixed up and held on to. I've done probably 8 flips already. I just bought 2 more
This month.
This month. I'm just closed down one. Actually, Brian Spear, we just bought one from him, and holy cow, that needs a lot of work. But and I bought another brick Victorian out in the country. So I'm going to be really busy. And what I want to learn from this is how to work a little smarter. And I love working on the houses, but there's going to be a time, I think, in the future that I maybe want to get into wholesaling or what Andy's doing. I like what you're doing, Andy.
Property management?
No,
Or
no,
helping
no,
people
no,
save
no,
money?
yeah, just helping other people.
All right. And we do have a cabinet guy. I think he may still be a vendor member. If not, I'll put his name in the chat if everybody can see the chat. I'll put his name and the number in there. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, I like to buy used kitchens, and I kind of put them together and make them work for other houses. But
Okay.
So let me just interject real quickly. Yes, the cabinet guy, Mr. Brennan, is still around, and he should be able to help with the cabinets that you're looking at doing or need to do. Have a fairly short time frame from the standpoint of being able to get units and get them delivered to you. So if you go to the website and just look, you'll see him outlined there and all his contact information.
thank you, Leon. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, and I hope I pronounce your name right. I'm going to apologize in advance. Chu Yin. You're on mute. There you go.
No worries. My name is Chan.
Jen. Okay.
Chan. Huynh is my last name, so it got my first initial and last name there. I am a family physician full time. I'm relatively new to real estate investing. I started last year. After purchasing my primary residence, I looked into real estate investing, and we just got our offer accepted on a duplex in Gates, a few 2 miles from our primary residence. So I'm planning to close in a week or two, learning about property management and learning about getting properties ready for renting things out. My goal in the next few years is to get to 4 properties. I've heard that you get to 4, you can decide if you want to go higher or just keep it a hobby.
Great. Well, welcome, Chen. We're glad you're here. And I have a good
Okay.
friend who says 1 is halfway to 10. So the first one's the hardest, and then all of a sudden they just start coming. So you'll be surprised.
Thank you, Scott.
All right. Yeah. Okay, a man I talked to many times, Gabriel. Go right ahead, Gabriel. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Gabriel Petzios. I'm from, well, you know, I'm from here, Rochester. Former restaurant owner of 22 years, and I've been a FFREIA member since Scott, when would it be 2016 or 17, something like that. So as long as I met, as I know you know about that time, because you're the first one. And I've always been wanting to get in real estate, and then I wasn't sure. First, I wanted to be fired and snapped, and I discovered the beautiful world of storage. And you know, and the thing is that like Scott just said, the first one was the toughest, and Scott and I can both attest that first one was a bastard to do, and we got it done. But you know, but once you gain momentum and once you get it going, man, it's something else. You know, compared to the business I had, this business it's still hard. It's hard. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it brings up so many opportunities, and I'm just learning more every day. And then, you know, I just things I never thought possible. And I can't wait. And I don't know should we bring up our goals yet or not? Or
Not
next
yet.
time?
Nope.
Okay, keep it quiet. Okay.
Break into small rooms, and then when we come back from the small
Yeah.
rooms, we'll do that.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Next up on my screen is Brian and Lisa. So I see Brian, I think, or is that Lisa?
Oh, thankfully, my wife looks better than I do. She was unable to make it tonight, but Brian and Lisa Guth, we are new to this org, so thanks for having us. It's probably our third or fourth meeting. We're at the holiday party, met a lot of great people. I've had rental properties for probably about 10 years now. Two rental properties total now. I've property managed them, but looking to get into this kind of more full time. Those other ones were kind of purchased as primary residence, then transitioned to the rentals as I bought something else. So I am my wife and I are both looking to get into the real estate game. She's actually going to be doing it starting full time, starting in February. So we're looking to ramp up pretty quickly. She's newer to the game, so kind of getting her up to speed. But yeah, I have some background in it. Lisa's brand new to it, so we are just learning as much as we can. Kind of trying to do a balanced portfolio between potentially wholesaling, but also rehabbing and rentals as well.
Great. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Leon, you want to introduce yourself? I think you already done it, but you can talk about your real estate background. You didn't really mention you've been in real estate for 100 years and all that.
Yeah,
Unmute
not
yourself. There
quite.
you go.
Yeah, not quite that long, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I wish I could implement half of the stuff that I knew. Certainly can view myself as more of a scholar of real estate from the perspective that from a broad standpoint, there are not too many components that I don't understand. And that can be good and that can be bad. The good part is that you know it and you know what's happening and what's going on. The bad part is, you know, real estate is one of those areas where you really need to focus and get things completely done before you sort of move on to something else. So, you know, from a goals standpoint, I look at Freedom First as being one of my real estate goals because it truly takes up one of the largest majorities of my time. I mean, it is right up there with all the stuff that I have to do on a day-by-day basis. So right now I'm looking to do more flips. The reason why I'm able to be sitting here and talking to you now is because, like a lot of people, I've done real estate investing with tenants in the challenging areas, let's just call it that, without going into a whole bunch of details. And believe me when I say it has been completely challenging over the last 2 years. A good example would be a tenant that didn't pay me. And I started to evict in October of 2019, and they finally decided they would leave in April of 2021. without paying any rent. So, gonna look at doing more flips. Really do understand the real estate tenants and how that piece works. But I'm a little bit too old for all those challenges nowadays. The other goal that I have, because it's real estate oriented, is before the pandemic, we were at about 240 members. I would think it would be, I think the number was 242 if you want to be exact. But I think that if I was gonna, when I start looking at goals, I divide them into these two buckets. I should have said that first. So 240 members, that's where I want to be at when I get to the end of 2022 with Freedom First. Okay, that's one of my goals. My other goal is to look at doing some key projects that I've identified. One of them is to monitor, to allow folks like subgroup leaders to be able to do things in real estate that allow them to actually make money. That's one of my key objectives. And for all the folks that's on the call that are subgroup leaders, that's probably the first time they heard this. Maybe Andy's heard it before, and maybe Joe, but the rest of them haven't. And hopefully I can get it done and we'll see. But if I do it and it's associated with Freedom First, it's going to help everybody and not just them, but it allows them to do something that Freedom First as a not-for-profit organization is sort of forced not to do, and that is to make money and then pass it on to folks, so to speak.
All right, thanks, Leon. Okay. Leon, I'm gonna hit you for your goals again later. So you need specific goals later. Haha. Ready?
I gave
Okay,
you
but
specific.
we're gonna go to the next person. We'll come back to goals.
Okay, I can break it down. I know those numbers.
All right, good. Okay, next up, I'm not sure if I'm gonna pronounce the name right. On my screen, I have Andre.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm in a public place, so I'm kind of sitting in a corner here. Excuse the mask. But yeah, you pronounced my name correctly, Andre Strapko. I'm new to the group, first meeting, and I'm a physician in the community, and I was interested in getting into real estate for several reasons: tax breaks, passive income, somewhere to put my money that's going to make better than what I can get in the 401k. And I wanted to hear about what the market was like in Rochester as far as multifamily. I wouldn't be opposed to single family investment as well, but I'm not interested in the flipping or the management myself. I'm just interested in the retention of the equity and the passive income. And I do have money to invest if anybody has any good deals in multifamily. My goal for next year is to own a multifamily property, if possible. And I don't know if that's going to be in Rochester or somewhere else, but I wanted to start networking with people and seeing if they hear about any deals that we could do together. I don't have a lot of time during the day because of my primary job. It's pretty 9 to 7 in the evening. Actually 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. So, but that's basically me. Appreciate you, this group.
Thank you, Andre. Appreciate it. Oh, sounds like you're at the old Irondequoit Mall in the background. All right. Okay. My friend, you guys are moving positions. I can't remember who I called on now. It's probably my fault. All right. Next one, I'm going to call on Mark Kaminsky, good friend of mine. We've done some business over the years. Mark, I'm glad you're on. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Mark, and tell us a little bit about your real estate background. And we're going to hit goals later. So go ahead, Mark.
Okay, nice to see everybody, and especially you, Scott. Yeah, I've been involved with real estate since 2014. Scott was my mentor. I still consider him my mentor. And over the years, done primarily, since I had a software consulting firm, which I still do, and I've retired from 4 times and I'm still active in it. I do sort of real estate on the side. but it's going to become more and more a part of my, you know, what do you call my daily tasks. I'm 71. One of my goals is to keep a purposeful life. And I can do that through things like real estate because I help people and in turn, they help me. So primarily what we've been involved in has been private money lending, private debt. We have 8 to 10 projects going on at any one point in time. And, you know, what we do is we sort of, you know, we've been fortunate since we've been able to deal with a lot of people in FFREIA who either have a mentor that's helped them or they're experienced on their own. So we've done pretty well. Only had one problem in all these years. And the person actually we're still doing business with it has paid me back all the principal. It's just we're working on the interest. And that's going, so far it's going well. So that's what we're doing. Our goal is to keep doing that. And to be strategic in it so we can scale up. So, you know, we're not one of these people that like to get our hands dirty. But we do like to share the wealth when we get involved with a partnership or whatever with people. We have no problem with that. And we want to diversify our portfolio this year. Want to put in 3 to 5 properties. We already have one, and we're involved in an Airbnb project from the funding point. And that's sort of our goal. Have recently just reached out to a couple of the wholesalers in FFREIA and looking forward to sort of working with them to find deals. We've done a few light flips. They've turned out well. So we're open to that. But my goal at the end of this, my family is partners with my company. It's called New Light Group. And my goal is to make it a legacy business and just turn it over to the kids. And so that's what we do. Is that good enough?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to go to, let's see. Joe McGuire, you want to do a quick intro?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Scott. I'm Joe McGuire. I primarily do paper. I've owned a fair amount of real estate, but I've for a number of reasons. I've pretty much out of the real estate part of it, the bricks and mortar part, the house. I primarily I buy mortgages, I lend. I've been doing that for, I don't know, 30 some years. And actually right now I'm looking at a couple of possible opportunities in Texas, and that would be repeat. They'd be repeat deals, and also someplace in, I don't know. I was looking to New Mexico, now maybe Florida, because I found out New Mexico is cold in the winter. So maybe a condo someplace in Florida for January and February, if I don't know, but we will see.
Okay, speaking from personal experience, if you're going to go to Florida, you want to be Orlando or south if you want to make sure you stay warm. Last winter when the big freeze came through, we had to run all the way to south of Orlando to stay above freezing. It was cold. All right, next up.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Shaniqua?
Hi, it's Shanique.
Okay, thanks.
Well, that's okay. So I was a real estate agent at one point. now I have a property that I'm thinking about selling or renovating and possibly flipping. So that's why I'm here to learn a little bit more of if I should sell the property, if I should, become a landlord. I think it's a lot of work, but just listening to what the best options are for me at this point. And I have a marketing company as well.
Great, thank you. All right, Shane Hurt. Long time no here. He's Mr. Quiet on these things sometimes. Got a ton of knowledge, does a ton of business. He's like the ninja. What's
I
up,
call it
Shane?
ghost. I like to be a ghost. Yeah, I'm Shane. I'm a buy home investor for full-time the last 8 years. We do a little bit of hard money lending. We do developments, kind of dabble in a wide array of things. So we go everywhere from single family homes to manufactured, that's my daughter, manufactured home communities, and then developing 2 self-storage facilities right now. So pretty much the gist of it.
All right, man. Welcome to the self-storage group. So where are they at?
I got one I'm doing an LB in, and then one we are in the preliminary phase in Spencer Fort. So
Okay, great. Awesome.
Local.
All right. Okay. Tony Smith. Thanks, Shane.
Hi, thanks, Scott. My voice is a little hoarse, so bear with me. I've been in real estate for, I don't know, 10, 12 years. Own a number of properties now. I still have a W-2, which I'm working at Frontier. Looking to retire in a year to 2 so I can do the real estate full time. Partnered up with a few people from FFREIA on a couple projects, which has been nice. I've enjoyed it. I'm also a part-time real estate agent. So I don't know how I find time to do that, but I do it.
All right. Thanks, Tony, and hope you're feeling better. Hope your voice gets better soon.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Tony,
Next-
Bernie, had fun at the Christmas party with you.
You bet. Hi, you guys.
Right.
Good.
All right, next up, Charlie Robinson. Go ahead, Charlie. You're talking, Charlie, you're muted. Okay. All right. How about Leslie? Leslie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Leslie, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're at in real estate. And I look forward to a little bit later hearing what your goal is going to be for 2022, because I'm going to challenge you. But go ahead, just tell us who you are, where you're at in real estate, and kind of where you'd like to be.
So Leslie Brooks. In a couple of years, I've been the past couple of years, I'm kind of looking to get into real estate, getting a couple of rent and holds, and I'd like to do some flipping. Right now, I have actually have about 4 places unrented. So I'm not gaining anything yet, but 2 of them, one is ready to be rented. I have another one that's almost ready to be rented. And then I have 2 others that those 2 I've actually had for a while that I'm trying to get fixed up, do some rehab work done to them. One of them, I'm thinking maybe I might just flip that one. And the other one I may also keep to rent. Those 2 are the ones I've had for a couple of years, waiting for the that I got just before the moratorium. So I'm not too long ago, a few months back, in a few months, I finally was able to gain control of those places. But other two that I purchased that were in much better shape, I did that. That was like late summer, and those are the ones that I could possibly get going renting. So, and basically, I'm looking to have a couple of rentals and then do some flipping on the side, which just trying to figure out my way through all of this now. I can maybe give you a lead on goals now. I really don't have too much because I want to finish up what I got started and then kind of see how things go from there. And then I can maybe feel once I had my foot in the water a little bit, I could feel more like how much where I really want to go. So I don't have too specific goals yet. Just get some rentals, maybe get a flip or two in there. I have all single families. If I purchase another rental, I think I want to go with a double, at least.
All
That
right.
answer everything?
Yeah, no, you covered everything, Leslie. Thank you very much. Okay, and let's see. I think I covered everybody except for the Freedom First REIA person. If she wants to speak, she can, or we'll just let her remain silent.
Hi, Scott. This is Dolores Thompson. They call me.
Hey, Dee.
Hi,
How are you?
Great. Happy holidays.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you very much.
I don't really have much going on. I kind of got out of the property, the landlord business about 1.5 years ago. And I am looking for a double just for quote unquote passive money. But other than that, I don't have any thing to say. I mean, I've been a FFREIA member since 2014. Love the group, love everybody in there. The knowledge base is worth trillions and trillions of dollars. So anybody who's new and they want to join, you are going to get a wonderful experience, much knowledge, and even hands-on from people. And there's no price to that with the membership that they have for $169. It is well worth that money. You get 2 free events a year that you can bring a spouse to, which very easily absorbs that. So the thing that I've got to say is that I love FFREIA.
All right, great. Thank you very much. All right, I think we covered everybody. Charlie Robinson, if you're there, if you want to introduce yourself. Okay, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay. My name is Charles Robinson, and I just started off in real estate investing about 1 year now. I have about 1 property. Now I'm looking to get information on how to, make my business more successful. I have a business called Lexus Property Solutions. Okay. I also work at GM full-time, and I've been there about 15 years now. I want to start off learning how to wholesale and maybe partnering up with someone might could, assist me along the way.
Great, thanks, Charlie. All right, so at this point, Andy, are you able to put us into breakout rooms?
I think so. If I can't do it, Joe can, but let's take a look here. Where are we?
I don't know. I know I can. I checked that first. But.
Okay, good. Well, Joe's gonna do it then. What we're gonna do, everybody, we're gonna go into smaller breakout rooms. I wanna, if we can, 3 people into each room. It's a great time to come on video if you can. Not being on video in a breakout room is almost like wearing a shopping bag over your head at a FFREIA meeting. Kind of people want to see who you are. So, and we're just gonna go into the breakout room, reintroduce yourself to the 3 people, and talk about one goal for 2022. If you've never set a goal before, that's okay. Just think of something you'd like to accomplish in 2022. Even if it's to read a book, lose 10 pounds, get married, buy a house, just come up with one goal and share that. And then the other people in the group, I kind of want you to, if you have maybe some words of wisdom or something to help them to achieve their goal, let's help them do that. So let's go into breakout rooms for like, let's say 6 minutes, Joe, if you can do that. Give everybody like 2 minutes each. Then we're gonna come back to the main room. And then I want anybody who wants to share your goal with the group here. So yeah, so we'll do that, and then I have another session to do after that. So what'll happen, a little screen will pop up on your window with blue box. You just say join room, whatever room you're assigned to.
Okay, I'm looking to see which one here, Scott. They moved the control for time, so we'll see if it comes up here. If not, we'll do it again.
Okay, alrighty.
We'll say 7.
Okay,
Okay, very good. We'll go with this.
alrighty.
Okay, chat. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Got it. Oops, back with the main group.
There we go.
What's
We're
that?
back.
Sorry,
I
hey.
don't know if everybody's here. Oh, it says 15. So we're back to 15, but somebody didn't join one of the rooms.
And we're live streaming too.
Well, we're only live streaming because there's a caption service. So if somebody hard of hearing comes on, they can flip the switch on that. It's not really streaming. Rev is the captioning company that we use. So it's been helpful a couple times.
All right. Well, good. I hope everybody had a good experience in your breakout room with your 2 or 3 other people that you were with. Whenever I go into a breakout room on other Zooms, I always find them to be too short. You know, no matter how much time you give, it just never seems to be enough time. And I was lucky enough to be in with Leon and Dee Thompson in my breakout room, and yeah, they shared what their goals were for 2022, and I wrote them down. I'm going to see what happens. I'm not going to bring them up. It's up to them to bring them up. But would anybody like to speak it into the universe on a live recording and say what your 2022 goal is, whether it's health, lifestyle, real estate, financial, whatever? Anybody want to bring one up?
Yeah, I'll speak mine. This is Charles. My goal for 2022 is just to be more successful in my business.
Good goal.
Yep.
All right. Can you do me a favor, Charles? Can you repeat that? I froze for just a second and I missed what you said.
Okay. I said my goal in 2022 is to be more successful in my business.
Okay. Nice. Good goal. What would being successful in your business, what, if I can ask you, how could you define that? Well, at the end of 2022, you could say, yep, I was more successful in my business because I accomplished X. What might that be? What may be a specific thing?
Okay. What I might need to accomplish is learning more about the business, okay, about real estate investing, you know, and that probably will make me more successful.
Okay. All right, good. Okay. Anybody else got one they want to share?
Can I go, Scott?
You sure can, Gabe. Go right ahead.
As I was thinking in the breakout rooms, my goal for 2022, and Scott, you and I are going to do this together. I want one contract a month for storage units. I mean, my goal is to have at least one a month, and I want to do it so much that it's going to be happening in my sleep. And you know, the thing of it is that I want another goal. Part B of that goal is I want to go to Greece with my wife this summer, and she hasn't been since 2002. I've been since 2001. So I just plan to go this year, provided that COVID's okay, whatever. But if there's an opportunity, I want to go there. But again, at least one contract a month, and you know, and to get these storage units to assign the contracts. And I told you earlier today, Scott, I'm addicted to this thing now, and it's like a drug now. So I'm not going to go to rehab. So it's awesome. So you know, that's my goal, and to surpass my income that I made at the restaurant when I was in the restaurant business. And I think I will do that. Damn it, it'll be done. End of story. So.
All right, great, good goal. I'm impressed. It's a well-defined goal, and I believe that you're going to achieve it. That's for sure. So, especially at the rate you're going right now, you got a lot of stuff going on.
I know. No, don't forget we got to talk to Brown. So.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. All right. Anybody else want to share your goal for 2022? Andre, I know you got to run. If you want to share yours, go right ahead.
As I stated before, I think my goal is to at least get one extra property, whether it's a single family or a multifamily. just to break into the market, get my feet wet, maybe hook up with a mentor who can show me the way, and just get started. Jump in.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing.
Good stuff.
Andre, I put my phone number in the chat if you can see it. Feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Help get you started at least, but no, thanks. So,
Thank you.
all right. Anybody else want to share your goal 2022?
Well, I shared mine in the chat because I have to go. But
Okay, Mark.
basically, since I do primarily private money lending, and that's been going pretty steady, we want to buy 3 to 5 buy and holds this year. Primarily, we've been involved in single and double family homes, anywhere from, 80,000 to 150,000. And we're going to work with some wholesalers to accomplish that. And then I have to go. So thanks everybody for sharing. I left my contact information in the chat. If anybody's interested, give me an email. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, Mark. Take care. Happy holidays.
You too.
All right. Anybody else like to share your goal? I see Edie and her husband looking back for it. There they are. Okay, good.
We're looking at, well, I own a day spa. I've owned it for 20 years and I'm
22.
looking at selling the actual business, but we own the building that the business is in.
Okay.
And we're looking at using that money to invest in more properties, probably.
Probably more flips or wholesaling, possibly. We're just tired of she's tired of
employees
being a boss. Being a boss. We want to be an employee again.
All right. So you want to sell? It's a spa, right?
Yes.
So
You want to sell the spa, but you want to keep the building, right?
Well, that's negotiable too. It just depends on what the person is looking at doing.
Yeah, 426 Main Street, Medina, New York.
Celebrity Day Spa.
Yeah, Celebrity Day Spa. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of tied in with one person, but she's got to the end of the year to come up with the money. So we'll see what happens with that.
Doesn't look good right now.
I say you got 2 weeks.
Yep.
Pretty much.
She knows that.
Kids get out of school on Wednesday of next week. So yeah.
So good luck with
Oh,
that.
Andy, where'd he go?
Yeah, he's there.
He's there.
You ever do any? I know you do income property analysis. Would you like to do a business analysis?
No. No, I get paid to tell people when the things are going wrong and how they can fix them. I don't get involved in evaluations and M&E stuff. That's not my gig. You want to talk property management and construction? I'm there. You want to talk that kind of stuff? Succession planning I can do, but that's more management than anything.
We're in pretty good shape. We get a good idea what what our goals are and what we want to accomplish for the whole situation. I mean, as it is, everything is tough right now. So it's we may have to hold on another year or so until hopefully this COVID thing blows over, but it doesn't look like it's gonna. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's New York, unfortunately. I think if we were talking in Texas or Tennessee or Florida, we wouldn't even be mentioning COVID, and it's not in their, it's not even in their vocabulary right now. So
yeah,
I know it.
But it's home. So what are you gonna do? But I'll throw mine out there since I'm talking anyway. I'm gonna hopefully, I won't say hopefully because now it's a goal. So I will actually write and publish or shop a publisher for my book for 2022. I don't know what I don't have a title. I have nothing. However, I will get one published and done. So come hell or high water, I'll make it happen.
Very nice. Can we ask what that book is about?
What I do now, because apparently I'm the only one out there doing it. So I can't figure out why, because like I was actually saying in the breakout room, when you're in the back office of 70, 50, 60, 70 companies, and most of them are family offices, some of them are, very large family offices, but they're still family offices, and all of them have the exact same issues and the exact same problems and the exact same things you can put in place to fix it so they can make more money. You start putting two and two together, and I don't understand why they're not just doing it themselves, but whatever. I'm getting paid for it, so I'm not going to complain.
Well, Andy, I think you should do the seminars, tapes, books. That's where
No.
Woody's at.
I'm not training trainers. I don't like people enough to do that. That's just not happening.
Well, hire a trainer to do the, I mean.
No, he's got to train the trainer.
Yeah, well.
Something like that.
You're not reinventing the wheel. There's people out there. You just got to get the right contacts, kind of like we do now, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, good luck, Andy. I know you'll do well on that. So, anybody else?
Come on, Chin, don't be shy.
Hi, my goal, as I mentioned earlier, over the next 3 to 4 years to get up to 4 properties. My goal for this coming year is to learn how to manage my duplex that we're closing in a couple of weeks. We're looking for really good, reliable contractors to get the duplex ready for rent. It's 2-bed, 1-bath in Gates, right on Paul Road. It has potential for 3-bed, but I'm not a contractor. So, and it might also need a new roof at some point in the future too. If you guys know any good, reliable contractors, you can definitely send me a message. And also just saving money for the next property. I did 25% down for this one, just traditional financing, but also reading a book by David Green on the Burr method. So looking into that as well.
Good. Now,
Yeah, I mean-
with your property, are you going to manage it, or are you looking for a property manager to do that for you?
I just finished a book by Brandon Turner on property management. So I'm gonna try it and we'll see how it goes, get some experience. And at some point I either really like it or I won't. And maybe I turn it over to a property management company.
That's the Bigger Pockets book, right? Brandon Turner's?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. There's lots of good information there. There's actually a whole Rochester section. So like there's guys from Rochester, guys and gals, companies that participate in like the Rochester, New York section of their forums over there. It doesn't have a ton of activity, but it's worth keeping an eye on because there's some people outside of FFREIA that do a decent amount of networking that are pretty active over on Bigger Pockets.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I mean,
Andy.
it's one of those things that certainly agree with what Andy just outlined. There are a couple of folks who are subgroup leaders. What we do is we take the organization and we divide it in half, and half of it is associated with things like this meeting where it's not oriented toward housing providers, okay? It's oriented towards other things other than tenants and toilets, we like to call it. So you might want to try to be on some of those subgroup meeting calls with a couple of people, Carl Weeks and Beth, I almost said Short, but Beth Gallagher, and then Bob Napier and Pat Gallagher. The 4 of them cover 2 meetings, one in the morning and one in the evening, associated with property management and things of that sort. So a similar meeting as the one you're on now, but aimed at how do you manage properties and address tenants and all those things associated with it. So that's just, and the key thing here is I think Brandon Turner is a great author. I've read a couple of his books this year, and he's really good. The key difference is Well, you've heard people say it a couple of times, you're in New York State. So by definition, things are different. And if you want to get something that is more current from a Rochester perspective, then the people that I just mentioned are folks that can provide you information. They've been doing it for almost a lifetime.
Thank you, Leon.
Thank you.
Yeah, Chen, you'll definitely find some value in attending the landlord meetings that they have, kind of opposite of our meetings every Thursday. So it'd be very beneficial for that.
And actually, their next meeting is, I think, January 6th. Yeah, January 6th in the morning.
I think
at
ours is January
Ezzy's.
6th.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Their next
yeah.
meeting, you're correct. You're correct. The next one of these is January 6th. January 13th
Yep, January 13th.
at 8:30 in the morning at Ezzy's Diner in 623. They're right on Buffalo Road.
Buffalo Road, yeah.
So it's right near where you're at.
Yeah.
So if you can make an 8:30 meeting, it's worth going there and grabbing breakfast and meeting people in person. So unless of course they close everything and they're not allowed to eat in a restaurant as of
Right.
January 13th.
That sounds great. Thanks, Andy.
Another thing too, Chen, I know that Pat and Beth Gallagher, they do Gallagher Property Management. They have contractors, but their contractors work for the properties that they manage. So if you're looking for a property manager with contractors, that would be Pat Gallagher. But just a straight up contractor. I'm not in Rochester anymore, so I know they're tough to come by. So, but if you go to that landlord meeting, you'd probably be able to find a couple of contractors to work with, I think. All right. Anybody else got a goal they want to share? I'll share mine. I have two goals I'll talk about. One's a life goal. As I've been traveling around the country, you meet different people. People want to, talk about their pets and all that. So I was going to write a book and call it People and Their Pets. And I brought it up at a mastermind group. And I said, okay, it'll be like one page, like it'll be a picture of the person with their pet and a little story underneath in a book. And people are like, well, why don't you just start it like on Instagram and TikTok? Now, I'll admit, I've never been on TikTok. I know Instagram. I've used Instagram. So that is one of my life goals in 2022, right in the beginning, is I have, it's People and Their Pets with an underscore at the end. And I'm just going to meet people and say, hey, you mind if I post a picture of you and your pet on Instagram or TikTok and a little story about it? So I've been working on that. That's kind of a personal thing, just nothing monetarily for it. It's just something I do for fun because everyone wants to talk about their pets. And I think it's pretty fun. So that's a life goal that I have. I will get that up and running and I'll let everybody know about it. And then on a financial goal, I do want to I do invest with my IRA. I self-direct my IRA. I have a Roth IRA. And what I want to do this year through some wholesale deals and other deals in 2022 is I want to add $100,000 to my Roth IRA. It'll all be tax-free income. And I know that I'll achieve that, but that's one of my goals. It's one of my written goals is $100,000 into my Roth IRA, tax-free income in 2022. So, yeah.
Scott, do you take money out of your IRAs?
Well, I self-direct it through Equity Trust. Equity Trust is a big supporter of the National REIA, and they've come to some FFREIA meetings and talk. But what I do is they hold my money. If I buy a house, let's say, they take the money out of my account. My account buys the house. So my IRA owns the house, almost like a stock. And then any profit I make from it goes back to my IRA. But kind of the cool thing too is if you have expenses, like if you're working on a house or something like that, as long as somebody else is working on it. You can't physically work on it yourself. That's one of which is with the IRA. You can just write checks from your IRA. You just go online, do a check, it goes to the contractor, it's all paid for. But all the profit you make goes right back to the IRA. And if it's a Roth IRA, all that profit goes back tax-free. So
So you don't actually make any withdrawals for yourself yet?
not yet. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Yep. So
Hey, Scott,
All right.
real quick,
Yeah.
what was it? Was that Equitable Trust you said? What was the name of the company?
Equity Trust, I'll actually, Brian, I'll put it in the chat box.
They're on the website too. They're on FFREIA. They've got a
Yep.
big banner thing that slides across.
Okay, yeah. And if you do call them, Brian, Brian, my phone number is in the chat. If you want to shoot me a text, I can give you a contact or person to deal with there. And you let them know that you're a FFREIA member and you actually get discounts through the National REIA. So by being
Awesome.
a FFREIA member, you're probably gonna pay for your membership on what you're gonna save, I believe.
Yeah, I think they waive your entire portfolio fee for the first year or something like that.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep. Yep, you bet. All right. Anybody else, if you have any goals you want to bring up, now's the time. If not, we're gonna go to questions and answers. Oh.
Scott, you
Scott,
froze up.
That was funny. He goes, oh, and then
I'm froze.
there you go. You're
I'm
good.
counting. I'll come back on in a minute. Let me know when
You're
I'm
good.
live. There we go. I'm
You're
live.
good.
All right, I was doing a bitter countdown. Anybody else want to share their goals? Let's see. Going once? Going twice? Okay, 3 times. We'll move on to the next thing. All right. One thing I forgot to do in the beginning, and I wish we had done in the beginning, a few more people are on. Let's talk about have, needs, wants. If you have a property you're looking to sell or something you're looking to buy, or a contractor, or just anything, have, needs, wants, how it works. Just we'll go around the room and talk. I myself, and I know Gabe's saying the same exact thing. I'm looking for self-storage anywhere in the country right now. I happen to be in Texas right now. Leon, if you come across a smoking deal in Houston, Texas, don't worry, I'll take care of you. So I know you don't want to do self-storage, but if you find the right deal, that's what I'm looking for. Self-storage anywhere across the country. We pay really good referral fees on it. Have one right now that we're working on. The referral fee from it, it's going to be about $50,000. But the wholesalers get, the wholesale fee is going to be about $50,000. So I've done some as low as $10,000, but for shooting me a name and phone number and getting 10 grand, it's kind of worth it. So that's my my needs. Anybody else? Gabe, go.
Ditto. It's all ditto.
Yeah. Chen, we know you're looking for another rental property. And Miss D Thompson, know you're looking for a double. So anybody else have anything you want to maybe sell or are looking to buy or need anything else? Okay, hopefully I don't freeze. Going once, going twice, 3 times. Okay, next up. Now we're just going to do questions. If you have a question, it's a perfect time to ask it. You have people with 30, 40 years experience on the Zoom call. We have brand new people on here. Every time we do this section, I always learn something. So who has what question? Go right ahead and ask. No questions, dumb question.
How do you know who to put in the Zoom calls with each other? Is it just random?
Well, I think it was random. Joe, we'll have to ask you.
It is random. Yeah, it was system generated this time. You can do it the other way, but we do it random.
Well, it helps everybody get to know each other easier.
Yep, and it's awful hard. I tried doing it a couple times, assigning it, And there were just so many people to sign and everybody's waiting. And it did not seem it did not seem to be a good program. So then I just went to random assignment.
I have a question, which relatively being new to the world of investing, I'm looking to build a really good, solid team and know lots of good people in the field. So if you have any recommendation for really, really good lenders that you work with to work with investors, contractors, realtors, attorneys, tax person that works with investors. I mean, all the above. If you have someone you know and trust and do good work.
I can kick this off because it's part of my responsibility as the president of Freedom First. The first place that I would suggest that you go and take a look is on our website. There are folks that are vendor members. And so in that vendor members section, the attorney that you're going to see come up is Steve Peterson. And Steve Peterson is probably the attorney that everybody on this call uses. If not all of them, the vast majority of them, because he understands what is necessary and how you do things as a real estate investor. And he, at one time, did a very large percentage of the closings for all of Rochester. Okay, from a accountant standpoint, there's a person who's there. His name is Chris Sardone, and this is all on the website. And he's taught at MCC for about 35 years. He'll speak at one of our meetings during the year. The same thing applies to Steve Peterson as well. And then in the area associated with real estate agents that are, for sake of better words, friendly to investors. In other words, they understand what investors are looking for and how an investor wants to address things versus a person who is just looking to buy a house for themselves to live in. So there are a couple of key vendor members there. Colleen Bracci is one. And I'm going to get in trouble because I didn't name Mary Jane Griggs, who happens to be my wife first. But those two individuals are two of the folks that you should be looking at if you're looking at a real estate investor that really, they're both brokers, and they basically have a vast amount of knowledge, not about real estate and just real estate investing in general, but this specific area and what properties are hot, which areas are hot, what is the right amount of money that you should consider paying, to do CMAs, things of that sort for you, just by you calling and talking to them and mentioning that you're a member of Freedom First. So there are a couple other areas, but I would start at that particular point in the website of, looking for individuals, because we don't vet individuals, but the fact that their name is there and has remained there means that they understand what real estate investors are looking for.
That's awesome. Thank you, Leon.
Thank you.
And Jen, I'll vouch for everyone that Leon mentioned. I use Steve Peterson. One of the problems with me traveling and buying self-storage facilities outside of New York State is he only practices in New York State. But I've bought and sold a lot of houses through Steve Peterson, and he kept me out of a lot of trouble. So great. I use Chris Sardone. Even though I'm traveling, I still use Chris Sardone. He's my tax preparer. He's a great guy. And Colleen Baracci, I've used her a few times on some transactions, and same with Mary Jane Griggs. She was a lot of help with me on a few deals that I was working on. So yeah, go to the member website. You'll get a lot of good, that's our vendor members right there. They've all been, pretty much been vetted, and you can trust them.
Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else have any questions? I know you guys do. Come on.
I'll put out a warning for building materials. So prices have been dropping and availability on certain things has been getting better. If you're looking for anything with glass in it, so windows, patio doors, refrigerators with glass shelves, I just ordered 15 sets of appliances for the first couple months on this apartment complex. I'm getting wire shelved refrigerators on January 25th. I'm not going to see glass shelved fridges until April. And I ordered them and paid for them this week. Prices are going to go up 16% from GE starting on January 1st. Expect the same exact type of increase coming from Maytag and Amana and all the other brands as well. There are no Bosch appliances in the United States right now, and they don't intend to have any in the United States for any foreseeable future, because everything is on lockdown in Germany, and that's where a lot of the components that get assembled here come from. So you're not going to see any Bosch product. Chip shortages are still an issue. So if you can find smoke detectors and stuff, buy them. You're going to see $100 a square roofing, probably $70 to $100 a square cheap vinyl siding in white, and expect plywood to go up by $2 or $3 a sheet starting probably next week, because it's all being routed down to Tornado Alley. So just get ready, because it's going to be rough. Oh, and that doesn't include the fact that Biden is attempting to double the tariffs from Canada on all imported lumber and plywood. So just buckle up. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
The appliances.
Appliances, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that's Andy.
Yeah.
Andy. Bernie, appliances. I need to order some quick, I guess. I got two places I'm rehabbing. I can store them someplace. Where do you get your appliances from?
Well, this stuff I'm getting through Stan over at Hoffman's, but you can get them through Depot, you can get them through Lowe's. I deal with Stan because he's good and he's honest. He gives me good numbers because I buy massive volumes when I buy. But his pricing is fair. He's honest with his lead times and stuff. He's mainly GE, but he's got access to Samsung and all the other stuff. Biggest thing is, and if he's talking to you as a property manager, he'll tell you stay away from the Samsungs and the LGs because you can't get repair parts. Even before COVID, you were out 3 to 6 months for parts for a damaged appliance. They would actually, most of the places, if you got the extended warranties, would just replace the appliance for you as opposed to having you wait for a replacement part to come in. So like you get a 4-year-old Samsung range, you've got the extended warranty, they would just replace the dang range with a brand new one because it was better than making you wait until parts would come in.
Nice.
So yeah, if you buy the Samsungs and the LGs because they're available, get the extended warranty. I will say that. Because it does have the potential to pay for itself pretty quick.
Nice.
But Home Depot has suites of appliances usually that they give to FFREIA members that are already pre-priced at a good number. But again, with the chip shortages and the product issues, like if you want white appliances, you might wait a week. You want black or stainless, April.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to order windows, kitchens. I got 2 of them I got to redo, and I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah, Brennan has good kitchen cabinets. Most of the cabinet companies are out 6 to 8 weeks.
Yes.
But Brennan uses Kitchen Compact. Home Depot can get them too, but they're 2 weeks.
That's not bad. I can deal with 2 weeks. Like I said, I got 6 months to get this thing done and the other one. So
yep.
I'm working my butt off, but I guess I need to go order stuff before January 1st.
Yeah, I'm looking at 4 to 6 weeks for toilets, 4 weeks for smoke detectors, April for some of the appliances. Most of the appliances are coming in February. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I bought my smoke detectors, my carbon monoxide testers. Wire right now is ridiculous. It's gonna go up again. Just
Yep.
12 too.
Yep. Everything like that is crazy. The smoke detectors, you buy in bulk, and I don't know if there's a possibility of doing a FFREIA group buy or not at some point, but I'm getting 10-year smoke detectors from actual Kiddas at $12 each, and I'm getting hardwired smoke CO combos with a 10-year backup for 32. So you got to buy a lot.
I'll call you on the side. We need to talk.
Hey, Andy, I was talking to my neighbor today, actually. He's a contractor. He does windows or siding windows. And same thing he said about windows, already went up 30% this year and it's scheduled to go up again. And he's got to mark up all of his, his jobs now because that's basically the bulk of his business, windows. And man, he's just going crazy with
Glass is terrible. Like one of the best things Anderson probably did for themselves was they bought a glass company in 2017. So like Anderson's doing okay, but they're still having issues because all the vinyl they use has gone up because of the cost of oil. Glass, just the raw materials to make the glass has gone up and gone on allocation because people aren't working the mines like they were, because there are actual sand mines and you need a certain quality of sand to make the glass. There's a lot of still supply chain issues. Like there's basically whatever the cycle is, I can't remember if it's weekly or daily, but there's something like 29,000 containers coming in and they can only process 19,000. So there's a continuous backlog that's building and building and building. So yeah, everything is a disaster right now when it comes to this, and building materials especially. It's going to be challenging between just the labor to get the stuff installed and the timing and the pricing of everything. Sherwin-Williams just announced a 12% price increase. They expect 3 more in 2022. Like it's going to hurt. It's going to ruin a lot of budgets.
Yep.
Okay, I'll be respectful of everybody's time. We end these at 8:30. We can end it now. I'll stick on for like about 10 more minutes if anybody else wants to hang and ask questions or whatever. But yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks everybody for sharing your goals. I believe we accomplished a lot, and I hope everybody exceeds their goals in 2022. And we're all here to help each other. So if you guys need help, reach out. And thanks everybody. Have a happy holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining tonight.
Holidays, Merry Christmas, whichever your case may be.
There you go. Nice.
Holidays.
I like to say happy Ramahana Kwanzaa.
And Andy, you got a second to hang out, or can I call you? Or
Yeah, I'm good to hang for a little bit.
okay,
I'm here.
Go ahead.
okay. Yeah, I just got a really good deal on windows. I forget who I went through. Buffalo something. And I went through
ERB or something.
Well, my buddy owns Barton Homes. Daddy,
okay.
Yeah, you know him, Daddy?
No, that Barton is they're a franchise, so there's
Yeah.
a bunch of them. Like I know the guy who used to own it out here in I think he was in Walworth maybe, or Marion. I don't know. He was somewhere out here in 315 land, doing Barton here, and I knew the guy who had it in Syracuse too. But they're a franchise. They sell to anybody who has them.
Where are you located, Andy?
I'm in Pulteneyville, so I'm right off. I'm like 15 minutes east of Webster on the lake.
Oh, okay. You're on the lake too? How you love it?
Oh, it's nice. I mean, I'm a mile off the water. The wind the other day was terrible.
Oh yeah.
But like 60, 70 mile an hour winds. I didn't lose any trees this time, but my in-laws 8 houses down did, and
wow,
they got 4 broken trusses and a bunch of collapsed plywood, and
oh yeah,
it's ugly. And then the engineers didn't show up today, so that was great. So I missed a meeting that I was supposed to be at too, because I was waiting for the engineer to show up, and he never did. So it was fun.
yeah. I've had days like that. I mean, oops, hang on, I just lost you. There you are. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get the windows ordered tomorrow, and yeah, I'm looking at electric. I mean, like 12.2 is anywhere from 159 to $212 for just a 250-foot roll. And
Yep.
I gotta roll a bunch of. So I do this a lot. I fix houses, rehab houses. I build pole barns with a buddy of mine. I did that for 8 years when I retired from corrections. I mean, I'm just like you, 100 miles an hour all the time.
Yep.
But I just bought these two, and I want to get it done. I want to order stuff. That you said the kitchens. And I thought about getting online, doing the Facebook thing, Facebook sales, whatever it's called.
Oh, the marketplace. Yeah, I don't get involved in those because it's not reliable. That's just me because I need repeatable. So it's I'm in an apartment complex. They all got to be the same. But yeah, there's people who've had good luck doing that. There's actually home builders I know who do that. They'll look on Facebook Marketplace for deals for stuff that got screwed up, and a lot of the stuff like they used to use Home Depot, and when I was there, they used to list stuff all the time on Craigslist. They'd be like, "We have all this crap that we don't have a home for, and it's dead orders, so come get it." And they'd put it on Craigslist and sell it through Craigslist. It would still go through the store as registered, but
yeah, I've been pretty fortunate, going on, auctions, and there's a place actually down in Olcott that has auctions all the time. And I did actually, when I first retired, I bought a huge brick. It was a 4-unit, and because it was vacant for too long, they only allowed 2 units. So I know I converted back into 2 units, and I bought one huge kitchen and made 2 kitchens out of it. I did
nice.
excellent. Yeah.
Well, I know if you're doing wire and you're going to need a lot of it, if you can take 36 rolls of 250 foot, they're selling it below cost at Depot, like 15% below cost.
If you buy 36 rolls at a time?
Yeah, you just buy a pallet of wire, and they're selling it 15% below cost right now. They've been doing it all year.
Well, I appreciate that, but I don't.
It's a lot of wire.
That's a lot of wire to try to
It's
keep.
a lot of wire.
To try to hide from people that want to steal it. I mean, I've had real good luck. Yeah. That's a lot of money sitting there. It'd be like gold. Like investing right now. It wouldn't be a bad deal, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Buy it, sit on it, and sell it next year for 20% profit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'm gonna need 2 refrigerators. Like when I do a place, I don't know. I like to put the microwave above the stove.
Yep.
The hanging one. I like that.
Yep.
And this particular one I could do black. This other one I should probably do. I mean, I'm happy with black. I mean, I've done black. I've done white. It doesn't matter. I've been in the real estate market right now. The way things are selling. Oh, I lost you again. The way things are selling. I mean, if you got something out there decent, I mean, it usually sells for over asking price. I mean, I've been in the business 30 years, never seen this.
Never seen it. Yeah, I know. Me neither.
No, but I'm not not as active as I used to be. Going out and I like to be on my boat, my pontoon boat on the weekends.
Yeah, there you go.
In evenings, so I don't like doing open houses. And,
Get them done before Q1 of next year, because the Fed has announced 3 significant rate hikes, which means all that money that people are getting on mortgages right now is going to evaporate.
Yeah.
It's done. Between 10% inflation and the fact that they're going to be cranking interest rates up. I mean, you could see 4 or 5% base rate, which puts everybody at 7.
Yeah.
It's over. The entire real estate market stops at 7%.
Well, no, I remember hearing about it. I was just I don't know, about 5-6 years before I got into real estate, when the interest rates were 12 and 13%. I'm sure you heard about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was alive. I remember my parents complaining because their house they made the mistake of buying in the 80s, and they were at like 18% or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
So they could refi it down. But
right now it's like free.
We're in that same zone. This is like, from the people who were alive then and watching the economy, Biden is mirroring a lot of the same crap that happened with Carter. So should be interesting to see exactly how this all shakes out, because it's global this time. It's not just the US being stupid.
Is Scotty still hanging in there? Is that him in the background?
Looks like he's eating his dinner. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. It better be a Christmas cookie.
Who else?
Ho ho
ho. Leslie and Tony's still hanging out there too.
Yep. I don't know if Tony's actually there or not. I can't see him. I see a wall. Oh, there's a hand. I see it.
I'm watching the game. My voice.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just piling you up.
Yeah.
I'm just piling you
I
up.
really
It's gonna
enjoyed,
be.
yeah, I really enjoyed your company the other night, Tony. That was great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. Really.
I was on full on COVID lockdown. My COVID quarantine expired at midnight that night.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I lost taste for 2 days. My wife is still not able to taste. Her smell and taste went away the day before Thanksgiving. She cooked the 19-pound bird and all the fixings, couldn't taste it.
Was that the only symptom you had?
I had a cough. I still have a little bit of a cough, and it's been 3 weeks now, but that was pretty much it. It was just I was a little bit tired. I think I took a couple naps, which it never happens, but I took a couple naps and
Hey, I hate to ask you, but and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but did you get vaccinated too and still got it? No, yeah, I'm not vaccinated. I don't really
it was
want
Delta. 100% it was Delta, but everybody I know who's gotten Delta has been fully vaxxed. Like I know like 15 people, they all got it. And one of them threw the booster. He had all three, and 3 weeks after he got the booster, he got sick.
They get ill at all? Like, no, were any of them hospitalized?
No. Nope. No hospitalizations. My kid got sniffles and a 99-degree fever for a day. I was a little annoyed. I was like, okay, great.
crazy.
Yeah,
All
it was
right.
nuts.
Well, I don't want to keep everybody in here all night. I don't know. Anybody else got any other questions or comments? Yes, no?
I'm good. Let's go 2022. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah,
All right, Mr.
I'll
Spear, I
be
appreciate it.
just I'll be starting on Thursday. I'm gonna be on Hilton Head Island. So if anybody's down that way and wants to get together, I'm gonna be down there for 9 days at an Airbnb. So
Nice.
Yep.
That's not what you're doing for the holidays.
Oh yeah, that's it. We're gone. Christmas, New Year's, both. We'll be back sometime on the 1st or the 2nd.
No kidding. No family, no nothing, huh?
No, nobody. My folks have been gone for a few years, so I got siblings in Syracuse that do their own thing with their kids. I'm the oops, so I'm 20 years younger than both my siblings. So
wow.
I have nieces and nephews. I was an uncle at 6. So like I have nieces and nephews that are getting up to like 35 now, all the way down to like 22. So they all do their own things, and some of them aren't in the, some of them are in like Washington and Oregon and God knows where else. So her family, a typical Italian family, but the in-laws live 8 houses down from us. So we're like, we're out of here. We'll see you later. We're gonna go south go someplace sane. So we'll be on Hilton Head Island for 9 days. We're gonna go to Savannah and see all the Christmas stuff in Savannah, because that's a big deal. I don't think we're getting to Atlanta. I think we're staying away from Atlanta for Christmas, but we just want to go down there and see something other than what's here. So, and we've always told all of our relatives, like, if you want to see us or our kid on Christmas, you will come to our house or you will not see them. The end. And that's the way it's always been. So
Awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna call it a night. I appreciate your time, Andy, and everybody else. I enjoyed it. I'm still learning. I'm more than glad to help other people. I do have some input, I'm sure, here and there, if anybody's got any questions. I appreciate it. You all have a good night. And a happy
night, everybody.
And a Merry Christmas. We got another meeting before Christmas?
This is the last one until the new year.
Okay.
Yep, last one of the year. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Woo!
Good night, everybody.
All right, see ya.
Be
Good
good.
night. Happy holidays.
Enjoy the time.
All right, good night.